You might want to take a look inside your freezer after watching this, because there's a good chance that something hiding in there right now is quietly working against your health, energy, and even your aging process. In today's episode, I'm revealing the 4 frozen foods that could be holding you back after 60 and the 4 freezer-friendly game changers that can boost your vitality, support your body's needs, and even contribute to staying strong, sharp, and energized as you age. And here's a little heads up. The third item on the avoid list is one almost everyone has in their freezer without realizing what it's doing to them. Welcome back to Senior Nutrition. I'm Dr. James Hartwell, and for over 3 decades I've had the privilege of helping older adults reclaim their energy, health, and confidence simply by making better choices in the kitchen. And sometimes the first place I ask them to start is their freezer. You see, most of the nutrition advice people receive isn't made with older adults in mind. It's often geared toward younger bodies, faster metabolisms, and different nutrient needs. But as we age, the rules change. What worked for you in your 30s may not just stop working, it can actually start to push you in the wrong direction. That's why today's episode is so important. I want to help you understand what to look for in your freezer, what to swap out, and what to embrace so you can tap into the incredible power food has to support your health at this stage of life. Over the next half hour, I'll walk you through 4 surprisingly common frozen foods that are sabotaging your energy, muscle health, and even sleep quality, often without you knowing it. And then I'll introduce you to 4 powerful freezer staples that can help support your brain, build strength, reduce inflammation, nourish your immune system, and more. I'll also share super easy ways to include them in your meals without spending hours in the kitchen or abandoning the convenience you love. These changes aren't about being perfect or giving up your favorite foods. They're about making smarter, more nourishing choices that work with your body, choices that help you stay stronger, feel clearer, and age more comfortably. Because trust me, your freezer can either be a major problem or your best ally. Let's start with something many people love, but probably shouldn't rely on as much as they do anymore: frozen pizza. Listen, I get it. Frozen pizza is a lifesaver when you don't feel like cooking. It's tasty, cheap, and practically effortless. But after 60, it's one of the most draining foods you can put in your body regularly, and here's why. First, there's the sodium. A single personal frozen pizza often contains 700 to 1,200 milligrams of sodium per serving, and most people don't stop at one serving. As we age, our kidneys and cardiovascular system become more sensitive to excess sodium. That can affect your blood pressure, increase water retention, make you feel more swollen, and put extra stress on your heart. The crust is another big issue. Frozen pizza crust is usually made from refined white flour. That means it breaks down quickly into sugar in the bloodstream, causing rapid blood sugar spikes followed by crashes that leave you tired, foggy, and craving more carbs. And as we age, it becomes harder for our bodies to handle these spikes because our cells often become less sensitive to insulin over time. Some say that's not all. Processed meats like pepperoni or sausage are extremely common on frozen pizza. These meats often contain preservatives like nitrates and nitrites. While occasional intake is generally fine, consistent consumption has been linked with higher inflammation levels and other health risks, especially because the body's detox systems work less efficiently. And here's something a lot of people don't think about. Frozen pizza is loaded with calories but very low in high-quality protein, one of the most essential nutrients after 60 if you want to protect your muscles, bones, and immune system. You can eat 800 calories of pizza and walk away barely hitting 15 grams of protein. That's not a good trade, off for any older adult who's trying to maintain muscle and stay active. So what do? If you really want to enjoy pizza occasionally, look for options with whole grain crust, low sodium, and clean ingredients. Or better yet, make your own using frozen whole wheat dough, pesto, or fresh vegetables as toppings. Now let's talk about another morning favorite that shows up in lots of freezers: frozen breakfast pastries. Think toaster pastries, strudels, sugary waffles, frosted pancakes, and even packaged cinnamon rolls claiming to be breakfast. It's quick, it's warm, it's comforting. But these foods are loaded with sugar, refined carbs, and low-quality oils that bring a whole lot of issues when you're over 60. The first big problem is how little nutrition these foods offer. They're basically empty calories, meaning you get energy and often too much energy, but almost no vitamins, minerals, or beneficial nutrients in return. And why does that matter? Because as your calorie needs go down with age, your nutrient needs actually go up. You need to get more nutrition from fewer calories for optimal health. There's also the sugar issue. The amount of added sugar in these products could easily send your blood sugar soaring before 9 a.m. And once that roller coaster starts, it affects your energy levels all day long. Not only that, but when you start the day with a sugar-heavy, nutrient-poor breakfast, you often end up hungrier later, craving more carbs and overeating at night. Then there are the oils. Many frozen pastries contain processed oils like palm oil, soybean oil, and sometimes even partially hydrogenated oils. These oils can increase inflammation, contribute to stiffness and joint discomfort, and create stress in the body when consumed regularly. And if you struggle with sleep quality, common after 60, it might surprise you to learn that morning sugar spikes can also interfere with your natural sleep rhythm. That's because repeated blood sugar ups and downs affect cortisol, the hormone that helps manage stress and regulate sleep-wake cycles. So instead of grabbing the toast or strudel, try a protein-packed breakfast like Greek yogurt with frozen berries or a veggie omelet using steamed frozen greens. These meals will give your body clean fuel and offer real benefits like improved focus, better digestion, and sustained energy, all with convenience. Now let's talk about one of the most popular freezer categories, frozen fried foods. I'm talking about the classics, chicken nuggets, mozzarella sticks, fish sticks. If you see something pre-breaded in your freezer aisle, odds are it's been fried, frozen, and packaged in oils that aren't doing your body any favors. Here's the problem. These foods are often coated in refined flour, fried in low-quality oils at high temperatures, and then frozen. That combination creates compounds that are tough on your body, especially as you age. By the time you reheat them, whether in the microwave or oven, those damaged oils and crusts can release chemical byproducts that promote inflammation. And inflammation isn't just about sore joints. Chronic inflammation can affect your mental clarity, blood sugar regulation, immune response, and even your mood. These foods also tend to be extremely dense in calories but low in nutrients, which leads to weight gain over time, especially around the midsection, the most dangerous kind of fat for health. I've seen so many people over 60 unintentionally sabotage their hearts, joints, energy, and weight loss efforts by leaning on frozen fried foods because they seem quick and easy. But the long-term cost isn't worth it. There are so many healthier alternatives in the freezer aisle that still give you comfort and flavor without the fried baggage. Which brings me to the fourth avoid item, frozen desserts and ice creams. Let me be clear, there's nothing wrong with enjoying a treat once in a while. Food is meant to be enjoyed. But regular late-night ice cream or daily scoops of frozen custard can sneak up on you. The issue isn't just the sugar, it's how it affects your aging body. Most frozen desserts are packed with added sugar, artificial flavors, gums, and thickeners to maintain that creamy texture. Sugar can cause your blood sugar to spike and crash, impact your sleep quality, and lead to more cravings. Over time, regular sugar overload can contribute to weight gain, digestive issues, and less steady energy. And as your taste buds become less sensitive with age, you may find yourself needing more sugar to feel satisfied. That's how an occasional scoop of ice cream can gradually turn into a nightly habit, and habits add up. On the plus side, if you really need something cold and sweet, there are better choices. Try freezing grapes, blending frozen bananas into nice cream, or picking up a few of the fruit-based sorbets that rely more on natural sugar. Now on to the good stuff, the 4 frozen foods you should be stocking up on, because they're absolute powerhouses for feeding your body well after 60. Let's start with one of the most important, frozen wild-caught fish. I can't emphasize this enough. This might be the single best food to keep in your freezer. Alcest? Frozen fish, especially salmon, mackerel, sardines, and cod, is usually processed at peak freshness, locking in nutrients quickly. It's rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which are essential for brain function, immune health, heart health, and managing inflammation, all things that tend to become more of a concern after 60. Another reason omega-3s matter: they've been studied for their ability to support cognitive function and help maintain a calm mood. Your brain is made mostly of fat, so feeding it the right kind is essential. Frozen fish is also one of the cleanest, leanest proteins you can eat, and after 60, protein becomes your best ally. Every time you eat high-quality protein, you're helping your muscles stay strong, your metabolism stay active, and your immune system stay sharp. Here's a tip: look for individually portioned wild-caught fish. That way you can take out 1 or 2 fillets at a time and cook them right from frozen. No planning ahead, no thawing needed. Next, frozen berries. Frozen berries are a gift from nature to your freezer. They're picked and frozen at peak ripeness, meaning they retain more antioxidants and phytonutrients than the fresh berries you buy weeks out of season, which have often been sitting in storage and transport for days. Why do antioxidants matter so much after 60? Because oxidative stress and inflammation naturally increase as we age, and antioxidants are the best natural defense we have. Blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, they all contain compounds that help support your memory, heart health, and immune system. Berries are also high in fiber, great for gut health and keeping cholesterol in check. And they're one of the rare sweet foods that won't send your blood sugar on a roller coaster, thanks to the fiber. Add them to oatmeal, blend them into smoothies, mix them into yogurt, or just eat them slightly thawed as a refreshing snack. Third on the best list, frozen vegetables. And these deserve a massive shout-out. Frozen vegetables are just as nutritious, sometimes more nutritious, than fresh because they're frozen so quickly after being picked. So even if you're not a huge veggie fan, or you struggle with preparing fresh produce in time, frozen veggies are your secret weapon. Look for unseasoned options with no added sauces or sodium. Just good old broccoli, cauliflower, spinach, kale, green beans, or vegetable blends. The benefit here is variety and convenience. You can toss frozen veggies into omelets, stir, fries, soups, or casseroles without chopping, washing, or worrying about. Vegetables provide fiber, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that support your gut, bones, brain, and heart, all especially important as we age. Want to make them taste incredible? Roast them, spread frozen veggies on a baking sheet, drizzle with olive oil, garlic, and herbs, and roast until slightly crispy. Game changer. And now for one of the most underrated freezer foods for older adults, frozen bone broth. If you've never tried it before, you're in for a pleasant surprise. Bone broth is one of the most nourishing, gentle foods you can add to your menu. It's loaded with natural collagen, amino acids, and minerals that support digestion, sleep, joint health, and healthy skin. Collagen becomes harder for your body to produce naturally as you get older. Bone broth provides it in a form that's easy to absorb. It's gentle on the stomach and can even help soothe an irritated digestion. Look for high-quality bone broth that's been simmered a long time. 24 hours or more is ideal to pull as many nutrients out of the bones as possible. Heat up a cup for an afternoon snack, use it as the base for soups, or cook your rice or quinoa in it for extra flavor and nutrients. To make these changes easy, start small. Pick one unhealthy freezer item you'll commit to phasing out, then choose one superfood from the best list to bring into your meal rotation this week. Keep building from there. Believe me, I've watched people in their 6 zeros, 7 zeros, and even 8 zeros transform their health over time simply by choosing smarter convenience foods. This isn't about dieting or deprivation. It's about fueling the body you have now with foods that support your energy, your brain, your mobility, and your joy. Stick around this channel if you're ready to build strength, feel sharper, and make smart, science-backed food choices that fit your real life. Make Science. Science Sit. If you found today's episode helpful and want more like it, go ahead and tap that like button and subscribe. And in the comments below, tell me, what's the first thing you're going to swap from your freezer? You're never too old to upgrade your habits. Small changes, done consistently, create powerful results. And I'll be right here to guide you through every step. You got this. Let's age brilliantly together.